Welcome back to Shutter Minds, your go-to channel for all things photography. In this sixth installment of our Beginner's Guide to Photography series, we're diving into the realm of creative effects. Mastering these techniques will take your photography to new heights, allowing you to express your creativity and capture stunning images. So, whether you're a novice photographer eager to expand your skills or a seasoned enthusiast looking for fresh inspiration, this guide is for you. Let's embark on this exciting journey into the world of creative effects. Understanding motion blur. Motion blur adds a sense of movement and dynamism to your photos, making them more engaging and dynamic. It's particularly useful for conveying action or creating a sense of speed. Let's explore how you can achieve motion blur effectively. Slow shutter speed. Motion blur is primarily achieved by using a slow shutter speed. When you set your camera to a slow shutter speed, it captures the movement of your subject over time, resulting in a blurred effect. Experiment with different shutter speeds to control the amount of blur and convey the desired sense of motion. Panning technique. Another way to create motion blur is by using the panning technique. This involves tracking the movement of your subject with your camera while using a slow shutter speed. By moving your camera in sync with the subject's motion, you can keep the subject relatively sharp while blurring the background, creating a striking visual effect. Tripod stability. While capturing motion blur, it's essential to ensure that your camera remains stable to avoid unintended camera shake. Using a tripod can help maintain stability, especially when shooting at slow shutter speeds. Additionally, consider using image stabilization features, if available, to further minimize camera shake and ensure sharp images. Mastering shallow depth of field. Shallow depth of field is a popular technique used to isolate the main subject from the background, drawing attention to the subject and creating a sense of depth in the image. This technique is commonly used in portrait photography and close-up shots to create a beautiful bokeh effect. Here's how you can achieve shallow depth of field. Aperture control. The key to achieving shallow depth of field lies in controlling the aperture of your lens. By using a wide aperture, represented by a low f-stop number, you can reduce the depth of field, resulting in a blurred background while keeping the main subject in sharp focus. Experiment with different aperture settings to find the perfect balance between subject sharpness and background blur. Focal length. The focal length of your lens also plays a significant role in determining the depth of field. Generally, longer focal lengths, such as telephoto lenses, produce shallower depth of field compared to wider focal lengths. Consider using longer focal lengths to achieve more pronounced background blur and isolate your subject effectively. Focus on the subject. Achieving precise focus on the main subject is crucial when shooting with shallow depth of field. Use autofocus or manual focus techniques to ensure that the subject is sharp and well-defined while allowing the background to blur naturally. Take your time to adjust the focus point and composition to create visually striking images with a shallow depth of field. Exploring long exposures. Long exposures are a creative technique that allows you to capture motion over an extended period, resulting in unique and visually compelling images. Whether you're photographing light trails, starry skies, or flowing water, long exposures offer endless creative possibilities. Let's explore how you can master long exposures. Neutral density, ND filters. When shooting long exposures, especially in bright conditions, neutral density, ND filters are essential for controlling the amount of light entering your camera. ND filters reduce the intensity of light without affecting the color balance, allowing you to use longer exposure times without overexposing the image. Experiment with different ND filter strengths to achieve the desired effect and maintain proper exposure. Bulb mode. Bulb mode is a feature found in many cameras that allows you to manually control the exposure time, keeping the shutter open for as long as needed. This mode is ideal for capturing long exposures, such as light trails or star trails, where exposure times exceed the standard shutter speed limits. Use a remote shutter release or timer to trigger the shutter without touching the camera, minimizing the risk of camera shake and ensuring sharp images. Stability is key. Stability is crucial when shooting long exposures to avoid camera shake, which can result in blurry images. Use a sturdy tripod to support your camera and keep it steady throughout the exposure. Additionally, consider using features like mirror lockup or electronic front curtain shutter to further reduce vibrations and ensure optimal image sharpness. Conclusion: mastering creative effects such as motion blur, shallow depth of field, and long exposures opens up a world of artistic possibilities in photography. By understanding these techniques and experimenting with different settings, you can unleash your creativity and capture stunning images that leave a lasting impression. So, grab your camera, venture into the realm of creative effects, and let your imagination soar. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Shutter Minds for more photography tips and tutorials. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads, and be sure to like, share, and leave a comment below, letting us know your thoughts or any topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Thank you for watching, and happy shooting!